Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another segment of Truth by Billie Beene Special Report, October 21, 2022. And this is episode 445, new. This is my third YouTube channel. I have a subscribe button in the lower right corner of my screen. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. U.S. military take down North Korea nuke. AIM, Washington, D.C. Some of my sources for this are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, Steve Quayle, Doug Hagman, Mary Greeley, WWIIII, ETN News, Dutchsinse, Israeli News Live, Canadian Prepper, Monkey Werx, and more. So let's get into it. And some previous things I've done also. Okay, in a previous video I did Weather Plus by Billie, and that would have been about October 8. I detailed information that came from Steve Quayle. Steve is a author, explorer, truther for about 30-40 years. Steve gets information, and he came out with this information about a nuke over Alaska that was taken down, and by my research, it would have come in about October 6 or 7, and it came in over the Yukon area. For Alaska, let me get a better map here. So we have Canada, we've got Alaska, it goes out to the Aleutian Islands, and it came out in the Yukon area. Yukon. About here, Silver City, I think that was the Klani National Park, and it was taken down. But we see that was far inland in Alaska, and it was a live 50 kiloton nuke. And by reference, the two dropped in Japan were a 13 kiloton, I think that one, and a 21 kiloton. But they were different materials. One was plutonium and the other one was uranium, I believe. So a 50 kiloton live nuke going off. Now, the information, when Steve first came out with it about October 8, didn't reveal where it was aiming. But I did the calculations of 50 kiloton, a kill rate, and on a nuke, you have an immediate kill rate, and then as you go further out, you have people exposed to the radioactive material, and they may die in hours or weeks or days or months or years. And the further out you go. But an immediate kill rate on a 50 kiloton, I think I estimated would be 100,000. Now, what came out now from Steve, I guess he has some more information, is allegedly it was from North Korea. Now, I believe that likely Steve Quayle is receiving this information, and the other party giving him the information is also receiving this information. Do I believe it was North Korea who was trying to send a nuke into, and the aim was Washington, D.C. on October 8? I much more likely believe it was the deep state. Do I believe that that actually happened? I do. Because we have some corroborating things happening now. I'll show you. All right, so we have from ETN News And he does a great job on detailing different weather things. I'll get to that. Also, Dutchsinse, Monkey Werx, Israeli News Live, Kerry, Cassidy, Decode. Yeah, I've got some references going. All right, and Doug Hackman. Okay, now ETN on October 20 documented this, which I found very strange. So we have Washington State, we've got Alaska, and this was Canada, like the Gulf of Alaska, and on October 20. So what ETN News was documenting, about 1 o'clock in this area, we had a 28-foot or an 8-meter wave, but we had no earthquakes. And then about 3 p.m., ETN documented this, a 29.5 or a 9-meter wave. Still in this area, still with no earthquake or other obvious mechanism to be causing these waves. Now, Dutchsinse then, that was October 20, on October 21, came out, Washington State, Mount St. Helens, has like thousands of hot spots. So we're seeing some type of activity go on here, but Life Earth Science was my major in college. I used to teach biology, but I also taught some other parts, like weather and geology, little high school courses. So when I see things like this, I'm wondering what's causing this. Okay. And then, so I had that information from ETN and also from Dutchsinse. And then Steve Boyle came out, was last night on Doug Hackman's program, and gave that additional information, and I give God the credit, things just come together in my mind. Okay, so something is going on there. And then today, Monkey Werx, who documents flights and some ships and different things, came out with this. Washington State, Alaska. So we've got the Gulf of Alaska. We've got Canada. So what the U.S. military has in place is this big warning area for flights and planes. So I'm seeing a pattern here. How about you? Now let's talk about North Korea. We've been seeing North Korea in the past few days. They're putting off missiles, and South Korea is talking about implementing a draft and building up their military, and Japan is with 23 U.S. military bases on it, is, launching protests, and they're doing other things militarily. So it's hard to know exactly what's going on. Now, do I believe that the deep state wants to do something and using nukes to either enhance the Dems' chances in the November election or perhaps postpone them? Do I think they're up for that? Absolutely. Now we have this coming out from Israeli News Live. Stephen Bannon, formerly with the CIA, now has a ministry and gets updates from the Pentagon. October 20, his information coming from FEMA was activating some kind of iodine pills in the North U.S. or along the East Coast. Okay, now we have information coming out about using nukes. This is from Kerry, Cassidy, and Decode, that it is necessary in the deep underground areas to use small tactical nukes to close portals and also kill ETs. So we have that going on. But that wouldn't affect the surface Earth. And we have the space people, the U.S. military, the greatest military, I believe, in the history of the world, and other militaries around the world who would know how to use small tactical nukes deep underground. That then they also have the Space Force also has additional equipment that then can enclose and vaporize and take up any residue that would be put off. Now, Canadian Prepper is putting this out, pro and con. And this is Ukraine and Russia. Also tied to, because NATO, we know, is a proxy for, Ukraine is a proxy for NATO, England, and the U.S. And there's this big deal about the November elections, apparently. And so the rhetoric is coming out. Oh, Ukraine, Russia's going to use a nuke. Russia, Ukraine may use one as a proxy for the U.S. to delay the November elections in the U.S. So I submit to you, the deep state's modus operandi is, whatever their plans are, begin to say the other side is going to do it. So I'm more inclined to believe that Ukraine wants to use a nuke in some way, possibly in Kherson, to take out a dam. And one of the reasons, and I give God the credit for this, that they have been so intent on trying to take back the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is they need some kind of material or something hidden there. That's nuclear, I believe. So that's going on. So I wanted to bring this information to you. I believe in getting all things out on the table in terms of truth, so we know what to pray about and against, and recall that we had that information recently from Pastor Tim Sheets. Yeah, God has sent down his seraphim angels on earth to help us fight against all this evil that's going on. I love you, and I'll see you soon.